Hello there, Internet world. My name is Renee Jones, and this is 5 Minutes with TLS. First, I want to ask you to press the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and if you like the video, share it with other people. Also, if there's a topic you'd like to hear us talk about or hear me talk about, then send me a comment or post a comment, send me a direct message, however you want to do it. You can go to the website, post something on the blog as well. But however you find me, however you feel like you need to find me so we can discuss whatever topic that is near and dear to your hearts. So today's topic is a continuation of a previous topic, is how to be a good warehouse employee. I mentioned three different I think it was three different things you can do to become a better warehouse employee, and I'm going to mention several more today. So the first thing you can do is charge your cell phone at home. I hate when I go in a warehouse and there's cell phones charging all over the place. All that tells me is, number one, you didn't take the time to charge it at home. Number two, you've been on it when you're supposed to be working, because you could have charged it at lunch if you really needed to. And number three, you're really not that focused on the task at hand because you're more concerned about getting your cell phone charged so that you can scroll through Instagram, Snapchat, whatever the hell it is, so that you can scroll through one of those mindless websites instead of focusing on your craft. You may not consider being a warehouse employee a craft. You may consider it, as I've heard, slaver, just a temporary job. My favorite is, I hate this place sucks. You may consider your job to be that way, but if you do, no one, I guarantee you, is holding a gun to your head, forcing you to stay at your company. Obviously, there's not a labor shortage, but as people start to enter the workforce more frequently, as companies are out there trying to hire more people, it is more difficult to find employees. But it's your responsibility to do what's in the best interest for you and your family. If you hate your job as a warehouse employee that much, I recommend you go find employment someplace else, because all you're doing is causing heartache for your boss, causing heartache for your fellow employees, and so on. So, number one, charge your cell phone at home. Stop focusing on your cell phone. Focus on the task at hand. Number two, I guarantee you every organization that you will ever work in their warehouse has a problem with inventory control. You see every day that the inventory gets lost because Bob puts it in the wrong spot, because the receivers don't put the material away. Whatever it is, take that information, go to your boss and suggest, hey, maybe we should do something different with receiving. Maybe we should do something different from an inventory control perspective. I guarantee you they will love that suggestion. If you sit down with them, have a conversation, explain to them, hey, I see certain things are being lost all the time. Seems like we're always scrambling. Trust me, that is going to put you in the forefront of their thought process when they're looking to try and promote people or do something different. Just remember, I always use my mother as an example, but she was always teaching me stuff as I was standing there watching her cook. But she told me, jobs don't have futures, people do. How my mother got all this wisdom, don't have a clue, because I don't remember my mom working. But she did read a lot. So I assume she was reading a lot of books about different things, maybe not in the supply chain arena, but just about life in general. And there were all these little tidbits of information that she was constantly passing on to me. So just remember, do something to help your boss out. Third thing is, stay away from negative people. Negative people cannot help you. They can do nothing but hurt you. And everyone in the organization knows how negative they are. So if you continue to deal with them or continue to be around those people, trust me, you're going to be deemed a negative person as well. And you may not be. You may just say one thing negative, but because you're around those negative people, now you're deemed a negative person as well. So stay away from negative people. Fourth thing is, find out what the average is within your organization. If the average is the pickers are picking 30 orders a day, 50 orders a day, whatever that number is, beat that number by 10%. just 10%. Ask your boss, hey, who's the fastest picker? If it's already you, then ask him or her to track what you do and let them know that you think you can beat that. Now, you have to understand this can be sort of like quicksand, because most organizations are afraid to move somebody that's doing a good job because they're doing such a good job. So the better job you do, it could put you in a bad situation. But again, you can even get out of that. We'll save that for another video. Just figure out what average is, beat average by 10%. That's a very simple thing to do, but most people will never do it. They'll walk around and talk about how much they hate the job, and then they'll wonder why they're one of the first ones to be let go. Last thing, clean up. Doesn't matter that you're busy. Take the end of the day and pick up the shrink wrap off the floor. Pick up the broken pallets out of the yard. Take the dirty Coke cans and put them in the trash. You don't need to advertise to anybody that you're cleaning. Just walk around, clean the aisles, clean the shipping area, clean the receiving dock, whichever area you work in, clean it. Then you can go talk to your boss and say, hey, you know what? I think we should have a cleaning initiative. I'm constantly finding Coke cans and shrink wrap and different things. And your boss, because you're helping your boss out, will appreciate the extra effort that you're giving. Now, some of these things are going to be hard to take because it's a little difficult to find people that like working in a warehouse. So that means you probably don't like the job. Therefore, you don't want to go that extra mile. But again, remember, jobs don't have futures, people do. It's your responsibility to identify the opportunity within your organization, even if one does not exist, and create it. I created, when I worked for a company, my own position, which my boss was happy with because we needed someone in that particular position, which was to oversee all of the other warehouses. But I created that position out of thin air. Aside from that, no one, or aside from me telling him that we needed this position and I wanted to McDonald's all of our processes, meaning no matter which warehouse the product was shipping from, the box should look the same, the pick ticket should be filled out the same, it should be folded the same, the material should be put into the box the same, then it was me that created that. No one in the organization was thinking we needed it until I brought it to the forefront and brought it to my boss as an idea. And he took it and ran with it and put me in the position. So that basically catapulted me from being a warehouse supervisor to the director of warehousing and logistics for the entire company with, I think we had like 18 or 20 plus branches at the time. So again, I mentioned in one of the other videos that all men are self-made, but only the successful ones will ever admit it. It's your responsibility, if you're a warehouse supervisor, a warehouse employee, I apologize, but to become the best warehouse employee that you can become so that you can move to the next level. That next level may just be the inventory control clerk. It may just be the receiving supervisor or a lead receiver, who knows? It may be a picking lead, but it's your responsibility to figure out what it is that you can do to help out the organization and begin to do it. Trust me, every organization, as I mentioned, has inventory issues, receiving issues, and definitely people issues. Those people issues you don't want to be part of. Just step away from the negative people and do the best that you can do. And I like to use with every organization this one analogy. Let's improve by 1%. If you take it and say, this week, I'm going to be 1% better than I was last week, imagine how much better you will be in 1 year from today. But only person that can do that is you. Anyway, this was 5 Minutes with TLS. I know I went over. My name is Renee Jones. I'm going to ask you to click the subscribe button so you can get more future information. Press the thumbs up or the like button. Share the content. I'm hoping you shared with other warehouse employees who may think I'm an idiot. but that's okay. Eventually they'll come around and they'll understand that there's a future in the supply chain and logistics arena. They just have to look at it, identify it, and then go after it. But anyway, that was 5 minutes with TLS, how to be a good warehouse employee, part 2, and I'll see you the next time. Have a great day.